making beautifully grilled pork chops with a tomato sauce. And you know what? It sounds so simple because it is. You know, sometimes when you're using just a few ingredients, you really showcase what it's all about. So I've got a pan here. I'm going to turn that on high heat, and we're going to start by grilling the pork chop. This is great if you're by yourself, you want one dish, or if there's a couple more people, then you can just add a couple more pork chops. So this one's nice and lean, and what I've done is just ask my butcher to keep on a little bit of the fat here, because that'll make sure that it stays nice and juicy and tender. So once that oil is hot, we're going to place that pork chop in. Make sure you can hear that nice sizzle, and of course, give it a good seasoning of salt and some pepper. And when I turn it over, I'll also season the other side. So that pork chop is actually quite thick. So it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes on each side to cook. Now to accompany the pork chop, I've got some tomatoes here, some really nice ripe tomatoes, and I'll just take those stalks off, and we're just going to cut them in a really rustic way. I mean, this is a fast dish. What you do, you come home, what to cook. I've got tomatoes in the fridge, I've got some onions. You know, you pick up pork chop from the butcher and hey presto, you've got dinner on the table. So we're going to cut them into big chunks, and what we're going to be doing is sautéing them off after we cook the pork. So just roughly chop those. I've also got an onion here. We want to caramelise that at the first stage when we take out that pork. So again, big chunks of it, because this is what's going to make the sauce. This is such a great dish because the simplicity of it, number one, but most importantly, the acidity of the tomatoes contrasts that sweet fattiness of this pork. You put them together, they work so well together. So let's cook this. It's going to take a couple more minutes. You can see those nice grill marks. That's all flavour, that caramelisation. So another couple of minutes on each side, and then we'll get onto this really nice caramelised sauce. So this has been cooking for a few minutes on each side, and look at that, nice crunchy golden brown. This is what I love about pork. I'm going to take it out of the pan, and now I'm going to add our onions. So it's still a very hot pan, and we really want to get that caramelisation on this because that's going to give this dish loads of flavour. I'll then add the tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, some bay leaf, some tomato paste, and cook that down for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'll add that pork chop in again, just so it can marinate in all those delicious flavours. Then it's ready. So the pork is ready. You can see those tomatoes have collapsed. I mean, this is a sauce. It's half tomatoes and onions. You really want to taste both of those flavours. Look, just to present this, nice big plate, a couple of roast spuds here just on the side, 2 or 3, and those really nice flavours of those tomatoes. You know, sometimes we can get caught up with all those fancy sauces, but to be honest, when you put such a simple thing together that just works, simple grilled pork chop with a really nice tomato and onion sauce, it doesn't get any better than that.